Happy Thursday. Today, happy Thursday 4th. This is an inspirational reading for today before we get into the topic at hand. Welcome, challenging times as opportunities to trust me. You have me beside you and my spirit within you. So, hold on, let me pause this for a bit, or at least turn it down. I got The Wire playing and then another little video on my YouTube. I'm trying to let something load, which I highly doubt they're going to let it do it. But it's going to be shown either way, regardless. Welcome, challenging times and opportunities to trust me. Hold on, well, I don't even have to pause that. Alright, there we go. And this is my homie 200 Acres. He always talking the positive stuff, leading you back to Christ, which is the right direction. And I'm gonna play a little clip on what he got to say in just a bit. But anyway, I'm reading from Sarah Young's book called Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence, which has an inspirational word for each day of the month, each month of the year. Welcome challenging times with opportunities to trust me. You have me beside you and my spirit within you. So no set of circumstances is too much for you to handle. When the path before you is dotted with difficulties, beware of measuring your strength against those challenges. That calculation is certain to riddle you with anxiety. Without me, you wouldn't make it past the first hurdle. The way to walk through demanding days is to grip my hand tightly and stay close in communication with me. Let your thoughts and spoken words be richly flavored with trust and thankfulness, regardless of the day's problems. I can keep you in perfect peace as you stay close to me. And this was inspired by the book of James, chapter 1, verse 2. Also, the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13. And last but not the least, the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verses uh, 3. Of today's being inspiration and motivation to the hearers and the doers of his word. So let's get into the meat of the subject, right? Varo. I got this video that I'm uploading, but I highly doubt it's going to work. With all of this demonic stuff going on, they always try to stop what God has planned. They always try to stop what God wants his children to see, hear, think, or do. But no worries at all. Because let's play this little part really quick and then we're going to get right into it and show you the proof and the pudding. And before I get to that, I just want to play this.
Because he clarified a couple things that were very strange. I'm worried for my friends. I've already seen what happened to another one of my friends when they're gifted on something that people want to control. And in the world we live in now, it makes me very nervous for their safety. If you know anybody else who's had a situation like this, you had a childhood friend who was really, really smart, vanished from your life, or vanished from like life in general, please comment on this video. I'm really worried about my friend right now. My child.
Hey, I believe 100%. I believe them the ones they who's super smart help them accomplish their agenda. You know what I mean? And if you ain't willing to do that, they're gonna make you seem crazy. You know what I'm saying? But this is else to get people to disconnect from the world. Because the world is nothing. It's about lies, see, and we just can't trust in burning in right now. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom that I'm a part of. And it's called the kingdom of God. And there's no lies. There is only abundance. There is only life. And Jesus Christ came down here from this dying world to a world, a kingdom that is everlasting. And it's a very simple process to Jesus Christ. All you have to do is proclaim with your mouth and believe in your heart that He written in the Lamb's book of life. You are now being positioned, translated into the kingdom of God. But hey, if y'all said that prayer, make sure y'all go find the church in the name of Jesus. After you do that, make sure you ask Jesus Christ to fill you with His Holy Spirit. I promise you, your life will never be Jesus. Whew. You will experience life on another level. I'm telling you, give Jesus Christ a chance. The peace that He gives you surpass all understanding. It's something that you can't explain. You have to experience for yourself. But this is the most important part of the video. The reason I'm here is for this. I give y'all entertaining and all that. That's cool. But if you that, this is the most important part of the video. But hey, tell me what you guys think about it. Remember, Jesus King, man. Let's get it.
And it's 200 acres, by the way. I always gotta make sure I shout them out. Because speaking the truth, yeah, we finna get into this in just a bit. I want to share why I still upload if they don't. And this, maybe let's do a little backdrop, right? Let's do a little backup so you can understand where I'm coming from. So we having problems and issues with Varo. Let me just go back. All these two as far as what I got going on, right? Whatever. So this was 2 days, no account closure, right? Random as hell. This was like towards the end of a working day, like 3:30 just about. You to let you know that with the Varo bank account, you no longer have access to Varo services under the terms of the Varo bank user agreement. The account closure process is final and your account cannot be reopened. We'll quickly to return any unsent funds in your accounts via refund, check, mail to your address on file. Please allow 14 calendar days from the date of your account closure for processing and mailing of the refund check. Once mailed, the check will be delivered via USPS, United States Postal Service, generally within 5 to 7 calendar days. If any of your funds are held pursuant to a garnishment order or levy, they will remain on hold until we are directed to either remit the garnished funds to the garnishing court or agency or authorized to release all or a portion of the held funds to you. Whoa, that was a mouthful to spit out. But anyway, to avoid a delay in receiving your check, please ensure your address is up to date in your Varo app within the next 5 calendar days, which is, I got probably like 1.5 day left, right? Whatever. Okay, that's that. And that was 2 days ago. So, I called them when I found this information out, right? Because as an responsible adult and with money coming and going, I need to know what's going on with my situation. So I called them, and this is a video of that conversation. Well, partial of it because I was like, they can't be serious. I ain't gonna have no type of proof of what's really going on besides my word. So this is the second end of it. I wish you would have heard, but just check this out. Trying to upload it on YouTube, but they kind of trying to slow the work down. Hold on, let me start this video over. Hold on. My bad. Here we go. Now I'm recording, right? Hold on. So this crazy, right? I'm on the phone with Varo, and look how bogus that is. I just get an email today talking about my account closed, can't be reopened, right? Why? I don't know. So I got to know this all that we can say is what's check this out. I'm gonna let them know that I'm recording them, that we recording just like they recording on the phone. So I wish I could have this so far conversation. on what's been said and the way that they play these games. Let me turn this shit down. So what's going on right now, right? I'm like, whoever comes to my account says they did not take phone calls. How can I speak to a motherfucker? Let me know how can I get in contact with them, right? Email or whatever. Like shit. Or if they got a phone number and either man or woman responsible for playing on my account. In this Varo, they talk about, well, if you got any money to garnish, you know, if we're going to release funds to you fully or partially, depending on that entity who claims to have legal rights to hold on. So basically, like, if I owe a motherfucker, they're like, hey, Varo, Aaron might get paid, give us some money, give him the rest, or don't check this out. And wait till they get back on the phone, and y'all finna witness this fuckery that these financial institutions do whenever they choose to, right? So yeah, we just waiting right now for them to get back on this phone. I am super for the phone person. You're welcome. I'm still here. I appreciate it. For a moment. And I've been on the phone with them for like 18 minutes until this point. We've been on the phone for 12 minutes so far. Let's tell them we're on a recording line. Watch the type of excuses they feel to make, like, why I can't help you, why I'm playing on church, how and why we gonna be taking money out of the business. So I did consult further for more information for you. Well, for us, only information that we can also provide for the is the statement for the transaction details that we have already discussed earlier. So for further questions, okay, you can visit and send in your at varomoney.com/voicemail. So that is a form where you can fill up and submit your question. Well, the question that I have was not answered. So you recommend, because the people that, so my initial question to you was for the people responsible. Yes, ma'am. Well, that is also the same information that we got in our end, the same as what is on your email. If you would like to know more than that, and will question our back office, actually all the closure agreement counsel, then you try sending me your inquiry at varomoney.com/support. So in our end, that email that you receive is just what we can see as well. This who makes the decision making, or is this just your back end support team? Because I want to speak to the back end support team. They can try to answer your question as far as they can. That doesn't satisfy me as a customer. You guys have my account. So this is like a loop to get me in a loop of the runarounds. You guys, if you are support, correct? Yes, but all information in terms of account closure and annual reason is the same as what you have in your email. That's it. Yes, my email doesn't explain anything. So you sending me to another part of you guys, because if you are support, which I'm talking to live on the phone, then you're sending me to you guys' email, which is going to be the exact same thing. Can't have we're not accepting phone calls at the time. What is that phone number that they're not accepting phone calls for? So that I can speak to them personally and at least try to get through the phone line. So when you do feel like you're accepting phone calls from customers or previous customers that will be tracked, because I really don't have the patience to go back and forth through the email with the same people that I'm speaking to on the phone at the moment. There's no other phone number, Eric. All right, now. Well, I appreciate your concern and I appreciate your time. I want to I wish you could do more, and I'm really sorry my hands are tight as well on this. Please do try sending your inquiries on the address that I provided to you. And can you provide that one more time, ma'am, while I'm on the email at the moment? Correct. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so viromoney.com. And then that. One moment, please, because I was on the email. Realized this was the website. Sorry about that. Oh, it's okay. No worries. VaroMoneySupport.com. Oh, VaroMoney.com. And then that. Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate your time. All right. Your time as well, Aaron. I really hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Okay. I'll see you today. All right. Thank you. And likewise. You have a nice night as well. You're welcome. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Bye. Bye-bye. So I'm trying to be patient because it's not her personally who doing it, but she worked with the motherfuckers who I got an issue with. So I am hostile, but I'm not trying to be unruly, right? When a motherfucker trying to do their job. Because that's not fair. That's not good. Come barking at me while I'm trying to make some shit that I actually done to their ass. So that's why you hear a different tone from me, nigga. Because she is trying to do her job. But as far as the motherfuckers she worked with, they don't hear from me because I'm not I'm not satisfied with that bullshit and going for that type of shit. So you're gonna hear what's going on next and with this process involved in detail. That's carry on with the carry on. All right. All right, that's enough of that, right? Hold on real quick. So I did email them as I said because I'm a man of my word and I don't like to do shit for clout, for likes or views or whatever the fuck, right? But just in case if anybody else is going through this, has gone through this, and may go through this in the near future, this is what it is, right? So I emailed them because she was like, "Oh, I don't got the phone number. I can't give you the phone number because they're not a second call." So I'm like, "All right, whatever." I emailed these motherfuckers, right? I'm like, "Why y'all?" Let me see if my it's not on here. What I wrote to them, but I was like, "I'm not satisfied with the man or woman who will close my account. I would like to know your thought process and reason. Hi. We're writing to let you know that we closed your account. You no longer have access to Varo services under the terms of the Varo Bank User Agreement. The account closure process is final and your account cannot be reopened. We will work quickly to return any unsent funds to your account, whatever, whatever. But let me make sure that this ain't the right one. Hold on. We already read that. This is what they just sent me today, right? So it say your request. Let me see if what I wrote to them is on here. No, it's go right. What the type of bullshit they reply when I wrote them what I wrote them, talking about like what the fuck. So they say your request close account has been updated. Okay, whatever. The decision to close a Vero account is complex and difficult, and we don't generally share specifics. Hmm. Our decision to part ways is based on an objective and transaction history. Based on the analysts and our internal protocols, we confirmed that the appropriate action was taken. Now, that's a lot of gibberish, jibber jabber, right? So basically, they using an automated system that they don't even know how the automated system works, and that's what I get from this email. They talking about we usually don't generally share specifics because they gonna do what they want to do and base it on the terms and agreements or whatever, right? Per the terms of your contract with us, we have the right to close your discretion. You no longer have access to your service under the terms of the bank user agreement, which is located in our policy page, which don't really matter because I didn't get an update that whatever, right? Like when I first signed up to this account, I didn't see any updates coming on. I didn't see any updates and changes. Then keep on using our stuff or don't use it anymore, right? Then they say, we understand your need to have your remaining funds as soon as possible and will work quite quickly to return any unsent funds or whatever, whatever. The same shit they said on the last one. If you have set a recurrent deposit, please move it to another financial institution as soon as possible to avoid delays in recurring and receiving your funds. So basically, if I don't hurry up and do all of this shit, they just gonna be playing with my money. It's gonna be gone for the money that's coming in the future and the money that's already there currently. So I'm like, this some straight. What the fuck? No real reason on why my account was closed. I could see if I was like one of these fraud people online, right? I had this happen with Chime and with Cash App. But the difference between those two and with this, I was selling drugs, having drug money coming in through it. I'm not ashamed to admit it because that's what it was, and I can understand possibly that's why they shut it anymore. But Chime did give me a second chance, and I appreciate that. But Varo, I haven't been doing this. I haven't sold a drug, and I don't know how long. And the thing about it is like, what the fuck is y'all doing with my account, dog? Like, how many people y'all just playing with their money in? But what really took me out was this, right? When they say, um, it was in the other one, but majority of this says the same thing when they was talking about we'll see your refund check within 14 days, and then you got to update your stuff within 5 to 7 days. And if any other financial institution has money that you owe them, what it is, like we finna do what we want to do with your money, and then you just wait on a refund check that may or may not ever come. So I'm like, that shit crazy. And it is what it is, right? I'm not really tripping, but I am because it's like this don't really make no sense to me. I thank God my situation the way it is right now, where I ain't having future funds really coming to Varo. But at the end of the day, what are y'all doing? Like? What are they doing? But check this out though. This is about what they're doing in a nutshell. Hold on, really quick. Let me go back. Oh no, no, we good, we good. I just started last night. I'm new to her channel. She's a very kind woman from what I see, from what I've been hearing. I'm glad that I found her channel. So let me just catch you up with just a bit. This fella here, my first time seeing him as well. He's pretty knowledgeable and mind blowing facts. Maybe, maybe not, but his point of view of life and history. Let me just run it back and we're gonna enjoy this commentary afterward. But yeah, I'm gonna put her link in as well. They always forcing you to do a survey or hear a commercial like they fuck on. That bullshit. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what was some- yeah. Oh, what you got that? They're trying to close the door right now. They trying to steal my money. Oh, dang. I think you told me about that. He probably didn't know it was you. Uh, so the money gets done. When it was too hot, though, because we were cooking and they found out I was out there with uh, like a couple days ago. You can't get your own chicken. Email, email, email. That's it, bro. You said, can't think of it. You just put it like you said. Okay, yeah, it was already. Like y'all got our because yeah, that's what we can do this and we can't do this. Check it out on my own time. Take it from him. About we can do it. This is the second one. Like the third one. Fourth one. Your second one, you was going. Or somebody. Or my bad, child. What did I miss? Oh, okay, we on that. So this in case if she don't, long awaited arrest are coming. They were received May 1st earlier this year. Watch video published a couple weeks ago. Wait, May 7th? That's coming up. Okay. I'm very glad she said that because that for the past 3 years with this digital marketing, with being an advocate for Jesus Christ, and just everything that I'm trying to do with my life and with my company. You get so much resistance, and it's so weird. Certain moments where you get the hiccups like she's experiencing now. My bad. I'm looking up at the wire. I'm watching TV at the same time. I've seen it before, but I like whatever. But mhm. That's funny because my initial was KG. I kind of nicknamed myself that, but the streets kind of gave it to me as well. My real nickname is Big Baby. My dad gave me, but I don't like y'all to know that. But I was a big baby, huge baby, and still a baby at heart. A big crab baby at that. Let me stop you. My apologies. She said many banks. This is one of the banks that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm going through with these banks and financial institutions, right? Most of these people are rubbing shoulder to shoulders, you know what I'm saying? They all with each other with the Ponzi schemes that they're playing around with the AI and the way they're trying to blame everything on AI. Let's carry on. Yeah, it's getting juicy. There you go. Now this rings a bell in my head because I am older enough, and when I start getting into politics, or at least start being concerned or aware of who's in charge doing what, that was back when Bush was the president. When I was like old enough to understand how this stuff goes, what's going on, right? I was know about the three branches of judicial system: legislative, executive, and judicial, right? And how all of that stuff works or whatever. But from back in the day, from when Bush to Clinton, back to Bush, then to who was it next? Obama, I guess. Whatever, right? But my point is this: when Obama was in office, he was up and Fidel Castro gonna be our homie. We gonna start doing stuff, and that slowly wiped away, just like how this Jay Z stuff is gonna slowly pass away. But in the back end, they really had some other stuff going on. And I wondered about that. I was like, I want to go to Cuba. I like those pretty colorful cars, you know. I like the Hispanic people. But let's carry on though, because Obama, he didn't sit right with me. I was happy to have a black president, but I didn't feel like he represented the people. He allowed all this rainbow stuff to go on. I was like, what is dude on? You know what I'm saying? But let's carry on. I know I said what I said, right? But I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Keep trying because my money is now being in whatever in the loophole for 14 days. I guess they send it overseas to go spend it, and then 14 days later they be like, "Well, we still trying to get you your money. Our AI system has," and I'm not blaming AI. I love AI. I use AI, but I don't use it to destruct and destroy people, which I can. You know, anything is not a bad thing. It's the person that's using this thing for either good or bad. Leaders are not bad. It's the leader that's in position, if he's using his position to abuse his authority on the people. that's just hitting me. Like when she said spiritual reset, because I've been praying to God, I always do. And I had a odd dream about a petition that I asked the Lord, right? And basically it was about death. And I looked it up, and it was telling me about a spiritual reset. That's what it was about. And what a timely and in fashion message, because it resonates with my spirit and where I'm trying to head in my life and my spiritual journey as well. As far as the sobriety, as far as whatever that's holding me back from the truly enlightened, like-minded, and transforming to the likeness of Christ, right? Letting go of these worldly ways and ideologies. That there was the confirmation. I had this very odd dream, like, whatever, right? I looked it up and it said spiritual reset. So it's like it was a confirmation I'm on the right track and that everything that's going on is a part of a bigger plan, bigger than mine. But it's for my good and for the good of others who love Christ, who are moving in that similar direction. See, philosophy. Now, I just pause this for a quick second. So if y'all want to send this gentleman some support, you can, because you know people do what they do for the love of their hearts, and they should be compensated for their time, their effort, their education. And this is my way of helping him and helping her. I'll put her stuff down in a bit. But yeah, just to let y'all know, you can support this gentleman in this way. He's not asking for anything, but you can show some love. I don't ask y'all to like, subscribe, hype, and none of that either. But you know how to do so if you wish. So this is another opportunity to do so if you wish. That's crazy. So many Islam too after Obama got, and they got on to this whole the black Jews and whatever these black folks be out here talking about right now. It baffles my mind. Like, and the only thing they really got to say about why they doing what they doing is to let it J didn't come out to we were like, oh, okay, hey, carry on, my friend. But when you die, you F around to find out the person that y'all praying to ain't gonna save y'all. He ain't die for y'all sins. He didn't come back. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, Jesus died and came back again. That's the only, if you look at it, call it for what it is, ancestral worship. Everybody else that died is dead and still dead. That's why they be like, why would you call them the dead? Worship your ancestors when they're dead. They don't want to be back. Jesus is not dead. He died off the flesh. He was the spirit of the God. He's showing you how all power is in his hand and why he is the truth. But let's carry on though. But I just had to say that because when he did come around, so many people turned gay, so many people turned Muslim, so many people turned Jews or whatever these niggas call themselves nowadays. Right. He's been myself, I think, but I don't know. Right. Now this coming to mind, and I'm gonna have to show my mind before I lose my train of thought because y'all probably wondering what does this got to do with the Varo financial institutions, right? What it got to do is everything because the people in power got us believing and thinking that they have our interests our best interests at mind when the whole time these not even people that's really our leaders. They're here, but they're representing a whole nother area of the world. And they're taking our money and sending it over there to fund what they got going on. Just last night, I seen breaking for ISIS, right? They like, we can break down on ISIS and send them some money to help do with that. I'll put a link in, or we'll watch the video rather than. But yes, that just goes to show like these things correlate with each other because these are the ones stealing our money. Nancy Pelosi, the whole list they just showed, the treason, right? We'll look into what treason is about if you don't know just a bit. But let me carry on because this is exactly what's going on, what's been going on, and how we're just now being affected by it because it's starting to be to a point where everybody knows and they're trying to hurry up and get their last little run. That's why they got so many bunkers so they can go in the ground and hide what the things they're coming from. As much of our resources they already have control over. That's why the water is now on the stock market. Who trades water? They're going to try to trade air. You can. It gets ugly and it's wicked. Okay, so they talking about the person that was exposing Obama's birth certificate, the federal agent. Now, I didn't watch all the piggybacking off what I said earlier. I mean, it's an anytime message that I will continue to say because I didn't plan this stuff to be like this. But everything's making sense, right? And if not, we'll get a little deeper, we'll be a little more transparent. Um, it's not so vague and black and white. It's common sense for those who have it. But it's not really shocking or surprising to me as it would be to other people looking on like, oh, he said all this stuff. No, I'm just going with the flow of what I believe and what I feel should be talked about. What I was talking about earlier was from the heart. What he's talking about now is from his heart. These things are going hand in hand with each other because this is the mindset of the world. This is the mindset that it has been, and this is the mindset that is coming true, right? Because like-minded people, they attract like-minded people. I don't know these people from the campaign. I don't know them from anywhere. I just seen them online last night as I was doing a little research, and this came into my view, and I'm viewing it now here with you all. But that's why I keep stopping it because, like, I don't have time to lie. I'm not trying to control how people think. I'm just opening the window so that you can see what you see. And if you see something you like that makes sense, hey, you know, you can grab it, capture that moment, make it make sense to you, right? And that's why I'm like, what means the world to you? This gossip circle, this internet thing, and whatever you get from it, or this 3D realm that we're living in talking to people face to face. I briefly spoke on some of this stuff, but here we are. Let's carry on. I 100% agree. Not with the women nowadays and the mindset they have, but if it was to been the way they supposed to been from back in the days, that mindset would have been carried on. That's why nowadays it's how it is sex is battle with the sexes because they're taking the women out of their place and the women are following suit. They carry on with it. And also with young Pharaoh with the black woman is God and the they take the messages and distort it, use it for evil. The mindset of the women nowadays are totally different as far as how it has been and how it should be. I'm not saying that you have a specific role to play, but we do have certain abilities and certain capabilities that we contribute to this world, right? Like men are strong, stronger than women for the reason that we need to be out here building the world to be a better place. As a woman will nurture and maintain the world and the resources that comes to it. Men will destroy things, and that's what we're good at. Destroying the nature, destroying the water, destroying this earth as quickly as we can, right? I'm guessing what he's saying. She could do it. This one chick, well, she was kind of like a Sierra type chick, born male, born female. I don't want to talk too much about that, but yeah. I do. Man, dog, I'm sorry to commercial. Check it out. We turn real quick, pardon me. Man, we all something too. Me and him relate in a certain way as far as the way that we communicate. And I'm pretty sure y'all heard this time and time again out of my mouth and in his mouth that he's been um, expressing the knowledge that he has on his chest and heart, right? And that's what I'm getting at, right? The word right. What I mean when I said and what I'm getting from what he gets when he said is this. It's another term like you drawn. You get the picture. You get the image that I'm painting to you, right? I didn't mean to say that, but it's basically that. Whenever you hear me say right, I'm just basically saying you understand what I'm saying. You get where I'm coming from. Are we looking at the same image? And if you see what I'm saying, that was just what I wanted to insert. And then we're done for the wrap this up. But yeah, it doesn't mean that you understand what I'm saying or we're on the same page, right? Right. Get what she's saying? Whatever guy she's listening to, if a guy can't learn from a woman, you don't need to be with a woman. Because how can you have all the companionship? Is I can't even find the words that I'm saying. But whenever you're dealing with somebody, you're trying to deal with somebody, it's not you're the big one and they're the little one. Because that's what I'm getting from what she's saying from the guys that putting that rhetoric in their mind. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman can't teach me, they don't have nothing to offer me, whatever. Woo, woo, woo. That's what I'm getting from what she's saying, from what the guys that she's speaking to or speaking of have put in their mind on how they look at women. I don't look at it that way. If I can't learn from a woman, I don't care if she got more than me or less than me. If we can't come together and share happiness and create happiness, we don't need to be dealing with each other. Especially if I feel like I'm more than you and you're less than me, then no, that's a power trip. It's the type of person. If I was a female, I wouldn't want to be with nobody like that who think like that. Because already it's like I'm less than, right? I'm a project to play with and to work on type of. Man, he's preaching, and I'm gonna let it go because people ain't ready for it. Not ready for it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I really did. I try to pause this shit. That's okay. But yeah, like people not ready for that truth, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I did say I was gonna put the link up in here so you can check it out. This is Dr. Kid Fruit. Yeah, I got, yeah, here we go. Right here, this specific episode. And I'm about to put it in the comments really quick so that y'all can have that link and check it out and support. Let me put it in the description as well. And my other homie, 200 Acres, you could easily look him up on YouTube. That was the first guy that was speaking about Jesus Christ and had to join the family. All right, there we go. So I just updated that everything is all well. All right, yeah, just updated 3:47. The timing is off. And we've been on for an hour and a half. Yeah, it's about okay. So yeah, that was that. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, would you please consider subscribing and becoming part of the family? And hold on. Well, no, we good. We good. Peace and blessings to you.